There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Call It Crits. For some reason, I always automatically think that it's going to go onto the screen when actually I have to press a button. So, hi. We're all here, and we're all ready to play some D&D. I'm dead happy to be here, and I'm sorry that it keeps getting later and later every day. Do you know what I might actually do? I might just change the start time to 7 o'clock, and then, you know, this would class as being early. I am actually genuinely thinking about doing that in the future, just because I don't want to annoy any one of our hundreds and hundreds of viewers that might be turning up. I've just realised that our session still says session 59. It's actually session 61, so I will have to change that in post-production. We don't have a I don't have a title for today's session yet, but it's probably going to be, you know, something along the lines of something, which I will talk about in a minute. Anyway, where last we left off.
Something along the lines of something.
Yes, yeah. Something along. I mean, it's not
ambiguous.
It's not
English.
It's
Spoilers,
not.
Phil.
It's not incorrect.
Something along the lines of. I think keep it as episode 61. Something along the lines of something.
Yeah.
That'll get the people thinking. Oh, I wonder what this is about. Must be about something.
I like it.
Yeah. Right, okay.
It sounds like a title from Taskmaster instead of Call It Crits. Go for it.
Along the lines of something.
Something along the lines of something. Anyway, well, that's where we left off. The party of well, you've kind of got you're in the middle of going for a bit of a name change. You know, previously the Slaughtergoths, now the Silver Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I think the party previously known as the Slaughtergoths, and hopefully transitioning towards the Silver Wolves, have made it back to Ashenok after their adventure in the Feywild and saving the Fae de Santra, and having a couple of downtime sessions in Ashenok. Lots of shenanigans were had, including Grinks on the run, trying not to run into Raljan's mother, and chases and all sorts, and getting lost in lumber yards. And then Jan decided he was going to talk to the party about some of his studies and some of the academic side of what he's getting up to, and requesting their help in finding something. In the interim on that one as well, you were also Jan was also approached by Vinvir Windweaver, an old adventuring party member of Camden and Vidiana's, Raljan's parents, who was originally in town for the funeral of Dondon, and who was sticking around and had seen what Jan was researching. He then secretly had a meeting with Jan, saying that he is willing to be a benefactor of Jan's research.
I said tenor.com.
And now I'm getting Discord sending me messages via text to speech, which is, I don't know why, but I'm sure I've turned that off. Anyway, never mind. Vinvir Windweaver has said that he wants to be a beneficiary of your research, and has told you that he will give you anything that you need, any information that you need on that. And said he's got a mutual interest in what you are looking for, and that once you find it, he would also like to use it. The illusionality stone, which you are currently searching for. He gave you some information, and then said he will see you again the next day, with possibly some extra information, which I had forgotten to divulge in the previous session, which I will do today. We'll kind of pick up. Everyone had got a good night's rest because it was the end of a day, end of an evening, and you all went to sleep. You'll be fully rested. Not that you did much battling or anything in the previous session. You wake up the next day. We'll cut the formalities, and we'll say that you'll have had breakfast and whatnot, unless there's anything that anybody particularly wants to do to start the day.
I'm still severely hungover. There will be no breakfast for Grinks. I'm still sleeping in.
And Grinks and Sal are both staying at the inn, aren't they? No?
Because they were too drunk.
Oh, yes! Yes, I remember now. Yeah.
So, funnily enough, Grinks has paid for 2 inns and is staying at neither of them.
That's a good point.
Practical Greeks.
One of them is not getting his deposit back on either.
Nope.
You can tell Giggs isn't from Yorkshire.
So yeah, Grinks and Sal, you two wake up feeling rather groggy and horrible. Is there anything anyone wants to do as you wake?
I'm just going to pack up some gear, change, because I'm going to leave the traveling clothes I have been traveling in at home, get some different traveling clothes and some fancy clothes just in case we need to impress someone along the way.
Okay.
And yeah, just pack up and get ready to head out.
Okay. Anyone else? No?
When I wake up, I'll start the process of basically writing myself out for the first chunk of this session by writing my spells down.
Okay.
My scrolls, I'll be transcribing.
Yeah, doing a lot of transcribing there. So you can spend the morning doing that.
So, knock off the items of stuff that I've got in the inventory, and I'll just have the spell book then, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Phil?
Go for it. Yes.
Any given opportunity, ALR is practicing with his whitewood bow.
Okay. There is an archery range, which is, Raljin's personal archery range on the actual estate, which, if you ask for, you can actually
I'm going to go practice there.
Okay.
But I'm also going to etch a little message in one of the archery boards. ALR was here, and then do the date. And then I'm going to put a little, and I'm going to do it on the centre spot. ALR was here on the very centre spot of the target.
Okay. So, whenever you go back there, Raljin, you'll find it's been defaced by Ayla, but,
Right, well, if it's in the bullseye, that message won't be there long.
It won't last very long.
No.
Woo! I like that. Good answer.
Yeah. It won't be there long. So, as you're still sort of like, everyone's sort of getting ready in the morning, there is Jan. What would you be doing? Would you be sort of like get up? Would you be having breakfast and something like that?
Trying to act as normal as possible. So yes.
Okay. All right. So whilst everyone's sort of having breakfast and you can get up and in your own time and do that, and some people will be scribing in books and things like that. There's a knock on the door, and the maid goes over and opens it up, and at the door there's Master Windweaver. He kind of walks in with his walking stick, and the maid just says, "Oh, I'm really sorry, Mr. Windweaver, but Mr. Whitewood and Lady Vidiana have both left. I thought they would have told you." And he's you can all kind of hear him from the dining area, and he says, "Oh no, I'm not here to see them. I'm here to see one of the studious one. They call him Jan, Mr. Jan. Where's Jan?" And he says, "I believe they're all having breakfast. If you wanted to go on through," he says, "Thank you very much." And he kind of walks on through. And who would be in the dining hall having breakfast at this point?
How early is it?
It's not too early. You're probably looking 8 or 9 in the morning.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
No. Sal's still fast asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'm up. I've been up for hours.
Okay. So you'll be in there. So we'll say Raljin, Ilaz not because he's at the archery range. Jan, you're in there. Relan is. She's still. She's there before going. In fact, she did a night shift the previous night, so this is probably tea for her. And I don't know, Grinks, would you be there, or you're still scribing in your book, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll probably scribe. I'll probably do the 4 hours short rest elven thing, and then scribe, and then go back to sleep because I'm still hanging out my ass.
Fair enough.
I love the idea of Grinks hungover trying to copy spells down, so he maybe misspells one, and instead of fireball, it's flower ball. So he just fires flowers at people.
Oh dear, that would be hilarious. Anyway, as you, Raljin, Relan, and Jan are all sort of having breakfast, you see Master Windweaver sort of come in. He's walking stick. He says, "Oh, hello, Raljin." And he goes over. He kind of walks past you and goes. He goes over to Jan and says, "Good morning. I've just got a bit more information for you. Sorry, is this a good time to speak?"
Can do a perception check just to see that it's sort of like a safe place to speak in case a risque subject comes up.
If you wish. I mean, I can tell you for free, without a perception, that the only people in this room are Raljin, Relan, yourself, and Master Windweaver.
Yeah, that's fine.
So says, I've been doing a little bit more research on what you've been looking for, and I wanted to give you a contact of mine, someone who knows quite a lot about the path, and he's a cartographer. He's done a lot of map making within the area of the area that you're looking for, and he's done a lot of mapping and out the specific areas and the changes over time. Now his name is... hang on one second, I always forget this. He's a good old friend, but he pulls out a piece of paper and rolls out Kai Sommerled. And he pushes it on and says, He's a good friend of mine. I've known him since he was quite young. Anyway, he's done a lot of maps in the area. Keeps quite a few of them to himself. So he may share some of this information with you. He did it with me when I was researching lots of things in the area. So if you go and see him, he lives in the town of Westera, just inside the kingdom. So you will be crossing over kingdom boundaries. But if you see him, he should be able to help you to find a specific way into the place that you are looking for. Hope this helps.
That's wonderful. What a step forward. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I mean, he himself is not particularly interested in what you are looking for per se. He maps. He's a very good cartographer, very detailed, very knowledgeable about the whole kingdom of the whole continent of Accalia. He's travelled it all and mapped the whole thing, even the frozen lands of Oskia.
So would it be right to presume that he knows more than just the geography about maybe why some of these things occur?
He's he does know a lot of the geography, and he does like to delve into a lot of the things of why, and he's travelled with many an adventuring party. He's made many a friend throughout the kingdom, and has many strings. He did travel with the Wandering Wolves for a brief period, but only on one or two adventures when we really needed his help.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I mean, if he probably ought to share a lot more information with you if you ask it the right questions. I don't know what is inside his brain, so I couldn't tell you exactly what information we'd be able to give you. All I know is he's good at maps. He has lots of them, and he'd probably be able to help you find the entrance that you are looking for.
What's he going to want in return?
Oh, I don't know. Kai, I've not seen him for about 20 years, so I don't know. It depends on what he's into these days. He's somewhat of a magic user like us. Only his skills are more natural, I guess. Me and you, we have to work at it. Academics. He was born with magic in his blood. A little unpredictable sometimes, but well. Yes, I do know that from experience.
Well, hopefully he won't ask too steep a cost for his assistance.
There was a funny incident actually when he was travelling with the Wandering Wolves. He's actually a little bit older than what he should be because he did some of his magic and it went a little bit wrong. You see, de-aged him by about 12 years. We laughed.
Hilarious.
Where was this?
Sorry?
Where was this? You adventured with him.
Yes, well, he joined the party. We needed his help. We needed his map making assistance on cart. Well, actually, he needed our assistance. He was trying to map a specific area, and we were his his guard essentially. It was in our early days. We got into an unfortunate fight with a couple of gnolls, and when he tried to use some of his magic, it kind of backfired on him. Turned a 22-year-old man into, a 10-year-old boy. It was interesting because he still had the brain of his 22-year-old self, but the body of a child.
What race is he?
He's a human. He's human. Yes. It was a funny coincidence. Anyway, you probably had to be there. Anyway, I'm going to.
Phil?
Yes.
Sorry, Jan asked if Kai is human.
And I responded. Did I not? Did you not hear me respond?
You lagged.
Sorry.
You froze for a second.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna rewind. Yes, he's human. Yes, yes, he is human. So, he's an old man these days. Doesn't travel around as much.
Well, hopefully that should make him all the easier to find.
Absolutely. The last I heard, he was just living his retirement in Westera. So, do with that information what you will. I just think it would be rather useful for you. Anyway, I'm going to. I've got a carriage. I'm actually going to be heading back to Fort Swordshaw today. I've got a few more books to read in the Library of Ulo, and I'm going to be let's just say I just want to be doing some resting now. It's been a rather busy few days for me helping out here with all the craziness that's been going on. But it was good to see you all. And he turns to you, Ralj, and says, "It was good to see you too, my boy. If you ever want to do any more of your magic studies, you can come to me. If you ever feel like you want to step into wizardry at all, no."
I'll keep that in mind, Master Windweaver. Thank you.
Okay. And it was a pleasure to meet you, Jan. I am sure that our paths will cross again at some point in the future.
As am I, and a pleasure.
And I know that obviously you think about your studies at the Encanter University. If you ever want to go for your masters in magic, you can always go there. You can always have a written recommendation from me.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to right that wrong, but whether it goes down that route or becomes more of a show of strength, I'm not sure. But I'll certainly bear your recommendation in mind. Thank you.
Oh, you are very welcome. Pleasure as always, Relan. She goes, "See you later, Windweaver." And she's like chewing into a sausage.
I kick her under the table.
Master Windweaver, sorry. Uncle, whatever. And he says, "I better go. Don't want to keep thy carriage waiting. I'll see you again." And he walks out with his walking stick, and he leaves. Right. So breakfast is finished, and the day sort of pushes on. And is there anything any of you want to do prior travelling? Is there anything anyone wants to sort out before leaving? Because I'm guessing that's what your prerogative is for the day.
Yeah, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to pick up. I've picked up the bow, haven't I?
Oh yes. So no, you can say that you've done that if you like.
Yeah, because it's been upgraded. That's what I meant by when I'm practicing it.
Yeah. So you head to Master Coda's abode, and he will hand you your brand new Whitewood bow, +1. So +1 to damage, +1 to attack, and much nicer than what it was before. And it's got kind of a silver shimmer to it. And the string itself feels tauter, and it's a brand new string on the bow as well. Actually, it's been restringed, just made finer. You can tell a lot of care has gone into it as well.
So it has I'm most gracious, and if there is anything you ever need of me, all you have to do is ask. I'm in your gratitude.
Um, uh, you've already shown off a great deal of skill with the bow already, and all I ask is that you put that to good use in protecting your fellow party members, all of them.
Will do. You have my word.
And I hope that your adventures bring you glory, and all that.
Well, thank you very much for the bow. I bid you good day. Thank you once again. Goodbye.
Well, once if you ever do find yourself back in Ashenok and you want to have it upgraded again, I'll be more than happy to do so. But it needs to see a little bit more action first.
Yep, you can. I will pretty much guarantee I will be using this at every given opportunity.
Good. I'm glad. And tell Valjin to keep his in tip-top condition, please.
I will do.
Okay, good. Tell him Master Coda said he needs to look after his bow.
I will pass that on immediately.
Fabulous.
Good day.
If there's anything else either of you need, or any of you need, before leaving town, because I've heard that's what you're doing today, then feel free to come and see me. Although I do have a meeting with Raljin's grandfather today regarding the business. I'm starting to wish I'd never taken up the task. But, needs must. It's going to be a long few weeks.
Yes, well, all the best with that. I hope it goes as well as can be expected.
Yes, well, needless to say that your bow is going to be the last bow I'm going to be working on for quite some time. It's
yes,
it's lumber yards and sawmills for me for the next month or so. So, bit of a change of pace. Anyway, if you need anything before you leave, come and see me, and I'll try and make myself available. It might be the excuse I need to get away for a little bit.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind, and I'll speak to Raljit.
Thank you. And you see him, he kind of puts a cap over his head and kind of tucks his hair underneath it, and he walks off down towards the lumber mill.
All right, excellent.
Right. Okay.
Good stuff.
I don't need to roleplay this, but can I just buy some crossbow bolts, please?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Sweet.
That's no problem. Yeah. I can't remember. I always forget how much crossbow bolts cost. It feels like something I should just know, but
Can I pick up a quiver of that as well? Because I don't know how many I had after the whole Vyloth robbing me blind thing.
Yeah, good point. No, well, everything that you had on your person when you were kidnapped will have been in that chest that you got, because you got everything back. A bolt, a quiver holds. Where are crossbow bolts? I know they're around here somewhere. Just about finding the right one. I need to put this on like a post-it note on my thing. There we are. Quiver, crossbow bolts, arrows, crossbow bolts. It's 1 gold. Hang on, 1 gold for 20. Quiver holds about 25.
Okay, so I'll say I've got 24 to 23 because I think I've only used it once or twice, so that's all right.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother. I'll do.
Okay, so yeah, if you can spend, it's 1 gold for every 20 that you purchase, Sal.
All right. I guess I'll just get a quiver full as well.
Okay, sweet. We'll say that 1 point.
So 25 arrows.
Yes, 25 bolts.
Sorry, 25 or 24. I've already forgotten.
Yeah, well, 25 bolts.
Okay. Thank you.
There we go. Which 1.2 gold.
Already.
I think I'll knock off some gold and stock up as well on arrows.
You won't need to, because you'll have a stock.
That's right. Yeah.
You can just stock up either with Master Coda, who will just give them to you, or you can head to your own archery range and pick up some of your training arrows, which are whitewood arrows, if you like.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just grab a bunch of arrows and be like, yeah.
Okay, so you head over to your training range, and Aylar's just kind of walking out after firing off a few arrows. And as you're picking up some arrows, you kind of look over to there's 3 target ranges. There's like a close one, a middle one, and like a really far one. Which one did you write on?
The one that I used first, so the closest one.
The closest one. You notice on the closest one, Rajan, which is I'll say a 30-meter target. There's sort of 30-foot target. There's that you can see something kind of like etched in the center. And you go over and you have a look, and it says Alar was here, like etched into the red target in the middle.
Okay, I walk away from it, and then when I'm at the line, I turn back and I fire, and I get a dirty 20.
you hit the target, splitting the Alar was. So the was is split down the middle. It just says Alar here.
Raljin. I'm going to call to Raljin.
Yeah. Yes, Ayla?
I've just been to speak to Master Coder, and he tells me that you are to look after you, and that if you need anything before we depart, you can go and see him, and he would very much be obliging in assisting you with whatever you need. Okay. I think he wants to get out of his duties at the lumberyard, if I'm honest.
I already do look after my bow.
Oh, being told off.
You need to tell me.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's it. And then I'll retrieve the arrow, and then I guess I'll wait. I'll wait until about 10 before I think Grinks isn't up. I need to go get him up because we need to be on the road.
Yeah. Okay, so Jan, you will have been as you look on that piece of paper that's been given to you. You also look on the back, and it says head to stable 323.
Okay, I'd like to head to stable
323.
323.
Yeah.
Oh, 232. Right, 323.
So stable 323 is on the. Let me just have a look at my map because I can't remember. If I can. I'll pull my map up on here. So stable 323 is on the east side of the complex. So it's near where the lumber yard is. It's just it's basically one that leads out into the Whitewood and out through the east side, which is actually in the gate that you would go at if you're heading towards Westera. Yeah, so it's just out there.
Cool. Can I head towards that then?
Okay, so you head on out towards stable 323, and when you get there, there's it's quite a busy stable. There's quite a few horses and things that have been, that are there. Some of the soldiers around there, sort of like getting some horses, and they sort of ride out into the Whitewood Forest to do their duties. It seems quite busy. There's a bloke there, a man, human male, sort of short black hair, quite burly build, and he's wearing sort of like overalls with pockets in them, which have there's one pocket like a bum bag that comes on. It's got horse feed in the middle. He kind of takes a handful out, and he starts feeding some of the horses in there. He clocks you over. He says, "Can I help you?"
Can I, just before I speak to him, can I quickly look around the room and see if anything looks amiss? So would that be a perception or investigation check?
You can give me perception check. 3.
Yeah.
Nothing looks amiss. It's a busy stable.
Okay. So I'd like to just sort of pull the note out and say, I'm sorry, I was expecting to meet somebody in here.
No. 323. don't know what what he was on about when he said that number, but I'm guessing, the little guy, small wizardy folk said he wanted to give you these, and the horses that he's feeding, there's two of them, a black one and a white one with contrasting manes. So there's a black horse with a white mane and a white horse with a black mane, and says he said these are for you. Said they'd help you on your travels. These are the strongest ones that we've got. Really going to help to pull the cart that he told that that you needed to pull. I said that he's going to have to get some strong horses for that thing, but this is what you got, and he's already paid for it. So happy travels, I guess.
Wonderful. So I'm just going to think to myself out loud, he really does want us to succeed with this adventure. So can I take those back to the to where everyone else is then? Is everyone else sort of scattered off, or did we arrange an area to all meet, or?
I don't think you've actually arranged an area to meet, but as he kind of pulls the horses out, he attaches them to a cart which has also been stored there. It's a very large, heavy-looking cart that has a roof over the top of it. It looks like it's got comfortable sleeping room. It's more of a caravan than a cart, so it's quite long. As you sort of look inside, it's got 3 beds, sort of like one single and then one bunk bed. It's got some nice seats, sort of like circled around the edge, sort of like almost like a window seat that kind of looks out through the front, where you can actually look. It's almost like a driver's seat, but then if you look up on the top, above that, it's where the coachman would sit and the horses would pull. It's nicely decorated. It smells nice, and it's got ample storage space, both on the sides in sort of like containers and underneath sort of like the floorboards. So if you can kind of like lift up, there's kind of like a trap door that kind of lifts up, and just underneath there's kind of nice space. It's about, I'm trying to think of a measurement. It's about half a meter's worth of depth that kind of goes down into a storage space underneath, which would be ample for storing all sorts of things. It looks really nice.
Wonderful. While we've got this, before I take it back, can I perform another investigation check around the back, just see if anything's been hidden there? Maybe specifically for me, maybe not. Just any secret compartments under the beds, anything like that.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
That's 24.
24. Okay. You don't find anything that's been specifically hidden for you. As far as you can see, it's there's no secrets hidden, unfortunately. You do, however, in your thorough investigation of the cart, you do notice that in one of the side cupboards that you open up, it's been stored with 5 potions of greater healing in there that's been put there for you. There's also a cache of food and drink which has been left in there. And the most interesting thing that you find is when you're inside the cart and you're sort of like looking underneath the beds and stuff, you look on over to sort of like the rounded window. It's like an open gap, but it can close with blinds. But you go on over and kind of sit down on the sofa bit. It's nice cushions. It probably seats about 4 people around there. It's quite spacious. And as you kind of sit there, you kind of look down on the ground, and just inside the curve, there's like a rug on the floor, but you can see something etched into the floor. And you move the rug and push it forward, and you notice there's an etching of a wolf's head on there, and around it, there's loads of different signatures all etched in. One of them you can quite clearly make out to be Vinvir Windweaver. You see, and I'm testing my own knowledge here, you see Camden Camden Whitewood, Vidiana Arateeth.
Do you need prompts?
Pardon?
Do you need prompting?
I might do, because I've lost my notes. Tell me.
Hang on, I just need to get the notes myself. So there's Briss,
Yeah, Briss. Yeah, Briss.
Elsha Hallowheart,
Elsha Hallowheart.
and Thunderfoot.
And Thunderfoot. And you also see the name Kai Sommerled written on there as well.
Right.
Do you know all this stuff that you're giving us? It kind of feels like when a game saves just before a boss room, and there's loads of notes.
It's going to hit the fan.
Yeah,
I'm not being that bad. Yeah, you're just about to pack up for an adventure. Master Windweaver's
we've
just
got a
being really
load of-
kind.
Health potions. There's loads
Yeah.
of health potions in this room. I need to save before I open the next door, don't I?
Wait a minute. Save icon in the corner. Health
Oh,
potions in every battle in every barrel. Oh no!
Something's gonna go down.
Shit's about to go down.
Oh no.
So yeah, you noticed that etched on the floor.
By the way, Phil, I've changed my mind,
Mm?
and Jay, you better appreciate this because it's an in joke for me, you, and Phil.
Okay.
But I want to wake Grinks up at 9 o'clock.
I know where this was going. I know where this is going.
So whilst you're gathering that yarn, you kind of get the horses, and these aren't small horses. These are we're in a fantasy realm. So let's say Shire horses on steroids. These are huge, muscly horses. You think of this sort of caravan, you'd need 4 to 6 standard horses to pull. The horses that you've got are massive. They stand at around about 7 foot tall, and have their muscles have muscles.
So not Shire horses, but dire horses.
Yes. In fact, that is what they are. These are dire horses.
Wow.
So you've been given these 2 dire horses, one black with a white mane, one white with a black mane. And he kind of looks at you and says, "You've been investigating that thing for quite some time. Did you need it taken somewhere? Or are you able to take these? You able to drive it?"
I'm going to bluff him and say I can manage this.
Oh, no.
Give me a deception check.
It's 22.
All right. Look like you know what you're doing. Just remember that you've got to give them a lot of force. These dire horses, they need a bit of. You got to show them who's boss. So and he kind of slaps one of them on the back, and it like you'd normally do that to a horse, it would rear up. He kind of slaps it, and it just kind of it just hits like hitting a stone.
Brilliant. Are they moving?
If you're sat on them, yes. If you're sat on the coachman's seat, yes, they do start moving forward. Give me an animal handling check. This is where it could all go wrong.
4.
Oh no! So as he hits them, they start moving off quite slowly. He's like, "All right," and he kind of turns, and then suddenly one of the horses kind of turns its head. They've got those blinders on, but it kind of almost looks at you through the blinder. And then one of them starts moving a little bit faster than the other one, and you start to turn, and he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Tell him, you whip him, whip him!" As you're kind of going, you start to lose balance, and the caravan begins to tip over one side. You've got a chance to try and pull this, as one of the horses is going faster than the other, and the wheels on your brand new caravan are lifting up to one side. You can feel the horse pulling. Give me a strength check.
Oh God, the wizard doing a strength check.
Strength. Well, can we do intelligence?
If you can tell me what you're trying to do with your intelligence.
Okay, so it's So just describe the situation to me again. There's one.
Okay,
that's
the one that's black with a white mane, which is on the right hand side of you, has started moving faster, pulling the reins a little bit faster on one side, and pulling the cart so that the cart itself is now starting to sort of pull and sort of twist and go a little bit skew width. So the back end is kind of being pulled off the ground. The one that's white with a black mane, you can give these names later if you like. The one that's white with a black mane is not moving very quickly at all, so it's a very one-sided situation.
What's the seat like, and what's behind me?
Behind you, you're sort of on the highest point of the caravan. So behind you is just kind of like a little bit of a wall with a small window in it, and then the roof.
Okay. What's the roof like?
It's a curved roof, but it does have sort of like flat bits on where you can put boxes or suitcases if you wanted.
Would there be enough to wrap some of the reins around there? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, there are railings on there that you could do that if you wanted.
Okay, so what I want to try and do is cross the reins over, so each one is going to the horse parallel to it.
Okay.
Then and move it towards the side where the one's going slower, and try and use which would try and veer the head back of the one. Is it the one on the left that's going really fast?
The one on your right is going quicker.
So it'll go on the left. So the one on the right would be trying to encourage that one to move slower, while the pressure would make the other one encourage the other one to go a little bit faster. And then to supplement that, if that's successful, I'd like to cast Mana Illusion to dangle to make a little illusionary fishing pole in between the two horses with two little carrots on it.
Yeah, roll me an intelligence roll to see if you manage to use the horse's counterweight against the other horse.
That's 15.
15, and that's a success, and just a success. So you manage to sort of like work the situation, so you begin to use the horse on the left's strength against the horse on the right to pull it back. You then cast Minor Illusion, and these two carrot paws kind of put them, they sort of dangle down in front of the horses. They kind of look for. Does it have the smell? Are you using just?
Yes, I've got malleable illusions as well. So yeah, I'll give them the make them smell it.
So they can have the smell of the carrot because they've got blinders on, so it's really hard for them to see forwards. So yeah, they can smell the carrot, and they begin to move forwards towards the smell and visual of a carrot in front of them. The stable owner kind of goes, "Huh, he didn't know what he was doing." All right, and he kind of goes off to sort out some more of the horses. Right. I know we're going back in time just a little bit. Or actually, we might know it's probably happening at the same time, maybe. But yeah, we'll go to you, Raljin. You're off to wake up Grinks.
Okay. So I knock on the door to the guest room.
Mm-hmm. Grinks, there's a knock at the door.
I'm asleep on the writing desk.
Okay.
Empty inkwell on one side, red dye on the other, face first on the desk into my my book.
I walk inside.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I peer in to look at the book to see if there's anything interesting.
It's chicken scratch. You wouldn't be able to make out what it was.
Fair enough. And then I notice an empty. You've just got the empty inkwell, is that right?
Yeah, the inkwell's gone.
Yeah.
It's been used.
Okay. So all right. I pick up a book, just a book, not his book, a book, quite a hefty book, and I drop it on the desk so he hears dunk.
I poop darkness. Can't scream.
You poop darkness. Oh dear.
Time to get up, Grinks.
Said double digits! It needs to be double digits. This doesn't feel like double digits.
Well, it's 10 o'clock in Naseby.
In Naples?
Navy? Anyway. Brilliant. So,
Yeah,
Grinks
sorry,
is now
that-
awake.
That was literally just indulging me and Jay at that point. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
I feel that Sal has been woken by the sound of a distant scream and has just sort of rolled out, like crawled out from under the bed like something from The Ring, and like just slowly inched the door open and is just sort of listening to whatever's happening outside with hate in their heart.
Black, pinky darkness at the door.
Brilliant. Yeah. So there's So you are rudely awakened, Sal, by the sound of Grinks screaming and Raljin's laughter. Yeah.
Okay. It's time to go. Come on.
Where are we going?
We're heading out on the road. We're gonna find this thing.
Treasure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Raljin, kid, you've got a wine cellar, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to drop darkness. Just use my hand to sweep all of the contents of the desk into my satchel. Lead the way. And I'm just going to put my hand on his shoulder.
I'll make sure you've got some traveling booze before we go. Okay.
Today is going to be a good day.
Is it? I fall into step behind the others. Just follow them.
I'm trying to keep it casual. I'm still marginally drunk, and I'm using my hand on Raljin's shoulder to keep me upright.
As you guys head out through the main doors, and with the wonder of how you're going to get to where you're going, you could probably use your own cart, which you do have. You notice Jan, who's coming down the street towards the main manor, and he's riding on a huge caravan with two massive dire horses pulling it, with sort of like carrots and sticks sort of like floating in front of them as they walk towards them. And the rest of the street is kind of like almost have to move aside as they come down, as the caravan does take up the whole almost the whole street as it goes down. It's pretty big.
Cool.
Can I stop this? Can I just make the carrots disappear and see if that makes them stop?
Okay. You make the carrots disappear, and they kind of come to a slow, and then their heads kind of rear up as if they're trying to find the carrot, and there's no carrot, so they just give up and just stand still.
Brilliant, as I had no idea how to mitigate that if it didn't. Good.
Brilliant. So yeah, you guys see this new cart has turned up with these two massive horses and Yarn in tow, or towing them.
Okay. I look at that carriage and I'm like, this looks familiar. I've heard stories about this.
You do recognise this carriage, actually. This is something that you will recognise, because it's a carriage that you've been told that you've played in as a child, and it's a carriage that's never really left the stables. It's always as far as you're concerned, you only ever got to play in it when you got to go visit the stables, but there's something different about it. The wheels are no longer broken. The paintwork and the paint job's been redone, and it looks nicer than the last time you saw it. As the last time you saw it, it was just kind of gathering like grass and things, because it's been just disused for such a long time. But it's been redone since the last time you saw it.
I
Did
think
Roger say that out loud?
I don't know. What do you say out loud, Raljin?
I'd say, well, it's better than the last time I saw it.
If that's an earshot of me, I want to say, are you familiar with this? It doesn't look like a very common car. What is it? What's the story behind it?
Oh, this after a little while of traveling together, my parents and their party, well, they got this. This was basically their home while they were on the road.
Ah, excellent. A little bit of history with it then. It's huge for a cart. It's more like a house on wheels.
Yeah, it's better than the cart we were traveling. I just want to check that old cart because I feel like Gareth may have left some stuff in there.
Oh, see, I found a couple of bits in the back as I was preparing it to move, but there was just some food rations and some healing potions, one
Oh.
each for us.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
But I meant the old cat, the one that we came into town on that was falling apart. I kind of feel like we left stuff in there, so I want to get out just before we head out.
Ah, right, yeah, of course. I'll get everything. I'll get everything all tidied and ready for our trip. Then maybe start rounding people up and loading anything they may have.
Excellent. So you go to the other cart. I can't remember exactly what Gareth left on it. Did he mention by any chance?
I have a list of the big ticket item that's in there. I also think there is some yak's milk. I
Yum.
think there may have been possibly any arrows or anything like that we restocked on in there. I don't know if there were any +1 arrows or whatever they were, but I think that's about it that was in there because it was Dondon's body.
Yes, yes. And the yak's milk, there was a lot
Yeah.
of yak's milk that's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that doesn't keep for ever, does
No.
it?
I mean, to be fair, it was already about a month old by the time we got here.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's very fermented.
Ooh.
Very.
Yeah, but an alcoholic might like it.
I've taken a couple of skins full yet.
I've just
It's
opened up.
emergency booze.
Just opened up my
Oh,
notebook, and
God.
Dorothy's left some notes for me in my notebook.
Oh.
Scribbles. Anyway, so yeah, there's lots of yak's milk in the back of the car, as well as probably some other stuff that we'll probably have to look back and see.
I've got the big ticket item. If Ralgin's going looking round, if you'll give me a little bit of poetic license, it's based on what Mike told me.
Okay, go on then.
So as you're rummaging around, you'll find a bit of a kind of tuft of hay covering something. As you uncover it, there is a dragon bone chest piece that he had made with a note on it.
Oh.
And as you open the note, it's a really, really rudimentary, scruffily drawn, almost stickman-like of Garroth and Korvax. And it says, "To my best buddy, Korvax." But buddy is B-U-D-Y, and best is B-S-T, and Korvax is there or thereabouts.
Hmm.
And it's that
Aw.
intricate bone armor he had made for Korvax.
It is. I remember.
I can't remember what the pluses were. I think it was like a massive boost to AC for a rogue, and it was resistance to some sort of damage.
It's resistance to the damage of the dragon whose bone it belonged to. I believe it was a black dragon.
It was a black dragon, yeah.
So it's resistant to, I believe, is it poison or acid? Acid damage.
I think.
Pardon?
Yeah, I think it was acid. That rings a bell.
Yeah. So yeah, it's resistant to acid damage, and it's I think it's +2 armor because it's dragon bone. So.
Wow.
But it is. Yeah, it's and it's because of its nature, it is classed as a light chest plate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he spent
it
literally
is
all of his money having that made.
it is
then
it
he
is
left
small
it.
because it is made for a goblin. But it's that's just the straps. So anyone could wear it. It would just look odd.
I pick it up. Surprisingly light, and I take it and whatever else I can carry.
Okay.
Put it in the boot of the new caravan.
Yeah. So as you go into New Caravan, you kind of lift up, and there's lots of different places that you can store things. It looks like it's built for storage. Excuse me. So you kind of lift up the trap door. You can put some stuff under there. It's probably where the yak's milk will go, to be honest, if you're taking that.
Are we?
Well, we're taking a couple of skins that are going to be in my messenger bag, and while Raljin's been distracted, I've raided the wine cellar and I've got like a case of wine that I'm trying to stealthily stow in the back.
I mean,
It's all good stuff.
I would have let you take a bottle of the cheap stuff anyway, but
Oh no, I went for the good stuff.
Well,
Yes, Ayla.
am I here at this point?
You can be there if you want to be. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take some yak's milk and put it in the bag of holding that I'm carrying, just in case my little friend runs out of anything to drink and he's desperate.
Okay.
Beautiful man. On a stealth check, Phil, for trying to do that with like some sort of sleight of hand, I got a nat 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
God,
you,
I'm still hanging out my ass.
yeah. You don't do
You
anything with
reach
stealth.
You reach out and the whole wine shelf comes down on you.
I will use my body and take damage to protect the bottles of wine.
Oh my god.
You managed to protect the wine. Oh dear. So yeah,
Right.
you managed to get yourself a couple of bottles.
yeah. Which I then, because he did it not stealthily, which I then take from him, put back, and get him the cheap stuff.
Mage hand, ledger domain,
Oh my
so it's invisible. Sleight of hand to try and steal one of the good ones. So that would be 16 on dice, which I've got pluses. So 16.
Kakar, disadvantage because he's hungover.
Oh, you asshole. Okay, so 10 on dice. That'd be 16, dirty 20.
Yeah, that's fine. You still do it.
Yeah. So as you take off the expensive bottles of wine off him and start putting them back and start grabbing the cheap bottles and handing them over to him, this bottle of wine starts floating behind Raljin's back out of his like peripherals within Mage Hand, and you manage to, as you're leaving with these cheap bottles of wine in your hand, leaving the cellar, you manage to, as you're walking behind Raljin, open your satchel and just drop it in really stealthily as you kind of walk behind, looking really sad with your two bottles of cheap wine.
I'll take what I can get. It's still probably better than what I've had on the road.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
By the way, cheap. When I say cheap wine, I mean cheap for a noble family.
Yeah. Probably at least 200 gold a piece, these bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the others are necking like cheesy yak's milk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's chunky. There are chunks.
And I mean, maybe I'm just ignorant as to what happens to yak's milk, but I don't think it becomes alcoholic.
Well, apparently this is a fantasy realm. We can do whatever we want with
Okay,
yaks.
Cool. Okay.
These are magic yaks, and they
Oh.
produce alcoholic milk.
That.
yeah.
Oh,
It just
When
becomes
I was
more
at-
potent the older it is, and it just tastes more foul as well.
Of course.
oh
you
yeah.
have to-
I'm just going back to when I was at uni and I would drink way too many Chambord and milks.
Oh, why would you do that?
Oh, it tastes like Crusher.
I don't think it does. I mean,
It didn't really. No.
no.
And I had 8 in one night one.
Oh, I bet you saw them all again in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm imagining like not only the alcohol hangover but the milk hangover, because that's the thing as well.
Yeah.
So just the idea of these things of curdled, lumpy yak's milk
Oh,
that have this
dear.
kind of kirschky aftertaste, almost like a Bailey's, like oh. Rah.
I saw this guy trying to steal a crate of milk once. I thought, how dare he?
Oh. Ah. Oh no. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. It
Yeah.
was lovely.
Yeah.
The last episode of Call It Crits.
Oh no, we're getting hate mail.
You're not even get
You
fan
are.
mail.
Oh dear, that's brilliant. Anyway,
Hear people
so
outside going boo, boo, moo.
moo, moo. Oh dear.
Oh god.
Anyway, so we're
I've
in the
got
car.
more milk jokes if you want them, but maybe later. I once fell into a vat full of milk. My mate says, "Is it past your eyes?" And I said, "No, it's only up to my knees."
Still, your dad jokes
Help.
are showing.
Yeah, I know.
Help.
Anyway,
Help.
Moving
right, okay. So moving swiftly
Move.
on from there. I love having a laugh on this stream. It's brilliant. So moving swiftly on from there. Right, we're going to. We'll say that you've managed to get all your stuff together. Unless there's anything specific or special that anybody wants to do or get, then we can get you guys on the road.
Now, say
Oh,
goodbye
good.
to my sister, give her a hug, and then
Yeah.
we can put out.
Okay. So, I'll pull up the map because before we go to break, I'll show you where you're going. So, here's the world map. Oh, you guys can't see it unless you're on the stream. But, so, it's not a massive journey. It's probably, just trying to look at it, you're probably looking at a day's travel, getting from there to there. So you're heading towards Westera, which is in an easternly direction towards you, because Westera is the westernmost point of the Aenean border, hence the name. It's actually moved a few times as Westera. It used to be, just a little history lesson, Tysondale, which is there, used to be Westera at one point. Liafen used to be Westera, and Reeth used to be Westera. But because it's constantly moved, they've changed the name of the towns as they've done it, which actually shows a pattern. If they'd continued to go, Ashenoak would have one day have become Westera if the kingdom had expanded that far. So it's it's kind of one of those things where, but the borders haven't changed in over 100 and so years. So it's everyone's kind of assumed that they've stopped. And they've kind of taken that as their border. Westera is where you are heading in the eastern direction, and then we'll go from there. So it'll take you about a day's travel, and we'll do a bit of that travelling when we come back after our break. About 10 or 15 minutes. Good with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come back for about 10 past 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you for sticking around with us, everyone on the stream, and we'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes after everyone gets a TP and hopefully no care. And and hopefully, and actually, I just realised I need to add Grinks to the characters, and then I also need to draw Sal. I haven't done that yet, but I need to add Grinks to the characters on there because I've drawn him. So I'll hopefully get that
It
done.
looks very cool.
Do you like it? Thank you.
And anyone watching should watch the TikTok of the art process.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
On TikTok.
Yeah, you can actually find Call It Crits on TikTok now. So yeah, you can see some of my other stupid stuff that I do on there, D&D related and not. But so yeah, follow us on TikTok. Why not? I should put a TikTok on here somewhere, shouldn't I, so that people know it. Anyway, go to break about 10 past, 8:15 for everyone. When we come back, TP, hopefully in okay. See you soon, guys.
Devonshire or Cornish?
Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Call It Crits after a very interesting break. So there was a couple of debates going on during that break time. I think the D&D related one is the most important one. And if you're on the stream and you want to weigh in on this one and you want to go in the chat and see what you think, where do you put your modifiers and your skill? What they called? The actual dice rolls on your character
the biggie
sheets.
number.
So the big number and the modifier, where do you put them on your character sheets? There's been a bit of a debate in ours. Some people put the big number in the big box and the modifier in the little box. That's how I do it. And some people put the modifier in the big box and the big number in the little box. So
I thought you was referring to milk as a modifier. I'm cracking up.
oh yeah, there was also a debate on whether you put the milk in first when you make a cup of tea, but we won't go into that because we could anger the entire country with that one.
If it's a teapot, you put the milk in first.
You are wrong.
Enough.
I'm drinking mocha tonight, so it's all
What's
right.
first, jam or cream?
No, stop.
Don't even go there.
Anyway,
Is it a stotty, a bat, a barn, or a cob?
we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this D&D relevant. But
Simon, you're clearly wrong. It's a bread cake.
it is a
Or
bread
is
cake.
Just though the party is predominantly Yorkshire, you're wrong here.
Yeah.
Is it a
I
bat?
will admit, I will always be in the minority about the.
Is it a roll? Is it a cake?
No, stop. That's enough.
There's-
Let's get on.
There's so many different. Yeah, let's move swiftly on, shall we?
Yeah.
So, the party are finally leaving Ashinoke after several sessions there, we're moving out of Ashinoke.
I said tenor.com.
Yeah, apparently Grinksastera said tenor.com. I'm gonna have to get off the thing there. There we go. Right. So you are finally leaving Ashinoke and heading towards the town of Westera, the westernmost point of the Aenean Kingdom. You're about a day's travel, maybe a little bit more, on the road. So you know you've got things that you can do and accomplish whilst you're on the road, or you know we can speedrun this. You know, fast travel, Skyrim loading screen, and whatnot.
What do you mean there are enemies nearby?
Roll for initiative. No. So, okay. So, is there anything, I always ask this, and this should be my catchphrase, is there anything that anyone wants to accomplish during this one day's travel? Does anything that anybody wants to do? As you wave goodbye to the town of Ashinoke and leave out through the eastern gates on your massive caravan with your two muscly horses, your two dire horses, you finally wave goodbye to Ashinoke. You don't know when you'll see them again. But yes, you are now on the road.
Is there forest, or is it open?
You for the first couple of hours, you are travelling through the Whitewood forests, which still quite bare. But as you actually make your way through, you actually you can actually see that there are buds beginning to grow back on the ends of the branches of the trees, and leaves are sort of beginning to new leaves are beginning to form on the once bare trees, which is encouraging. You know, it's almost like a rebirth of the Whitewoods, and the bark on the trees is that glowing white that it was once before everything happened. But actually, Sal, this is your first time seeing it.
Yeah.
So your first time seeing the Whitewood, and the trees will be a new concept for you. Actually, having never left the Underdark, so you know this whole.
I've met some treants.
Yeah, you've met some treants. So your only experience of trees is that they talk. Do with that what you want. But yeah, these ones are.
I guess I've seen the tree in the town, and I guess like in the same way that like we've got a lot of big mushrooms where I'm from. Like these are like mushrooms, only they've got branches and things, which is weird. But I would like to, instead of being in the cart, I would like to walk like at the edge of the forest, kind of half stealth, like, because I'm still sort of suspicious of the surroundings, so I kind of want to sort of stealth and like take point just in case we're attacked, even though this close to town that's not likely. I would still like to do that, but I will also be very easily distracted by these really pretty trees. And if I find a bit of bark on the ground, I would like to pick it up and keep it.
Okay. You do find there's some branches and things on the ground that haven't been cleared up because a lot of these trees, were dead only a few days ago. So they actually started to brittly crack, and there's still quite a lot of brown leaves and things on the floor that haven't yet. The further away you get from Ashen Oak, the more dead leaves and things you start to see around the place. So it's it's because they have not been cleared up. So yeah, you do see quite a lot of branches, twigs, and leaves on the ground. But new life on the trees.
If I find a little bit of like bark skin, like a nice piece of white bark skin, I will keep that. But
Yeah.
do you want me to roll to sort of, I guess, perception, just to?
If
I'm
you
imagining that this close, it's not going to be anything. Oh, I rolled a. Hey. That is a 22 to find something pretty.
Yeah, as you're sort of like wandering away from the caravan and walking around in between all the different trees, you eventually next to a tree that's you kind of put your hand on the tree, and it's smooth bark, almost birchish kind of texture, but it's just white and different shades of white. And as you kind of push your hand down it and then look down onto the floor, you notice on the floor there is a piece of bark that had fallen away recently, but was still quite nice looking and well preserved. It's in the shape of a heart.
Oh.
Yeah, it's almost like a rudimentary sort of heart shape.
I will put that in my little bag thing.
You pick up the heart-shaped bark and you place it into your bag.
And occasionally I will just put my hand in there and just stroke the little bit of bark.
Love it. Is there anything else anyone else wants to do whilst you're travelling? As you begin to sort of get to the edge of the White Woods, and you do notice that there is actually almost like a definite change in the wildlife. There isn't a wall or anything that goes around the outskirts of the Whitewood. It is always just known that this is Ashen Oak territory. And it's sort of a legal boundary. But sorry, say that again.
Could I do two things, please? One,
You can.
Could I say I picked up a dozen apples for the journey as we left?
Of course, there would have been apples actually stored for you in the food containers that were left for you by Windweaver.
I've not necessarily known that. I want a whole bag to myself.
Oh, okay, you can, yeah.
And taking a bit of a leaf out of Sal's book, I'd like to see if I could forage. I'm looking for some wild licorice root.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That is going to be a nature check.
I
You
don't.
wanna live near me? It's growing wild in Pontefract.
I don't have nature, so it'd be a flat roll. So
that's fine.
Do I still add? So nature would be based on intelligence.
Yes.
So it's 17 on dice plus 3, dirty 20.
Yep. It takes you some time because it's not something that's super common. And you do have to kind of wander slightly. Maybe if Sal goes in one direction, Grinks kind of follows in the similar direction, but then kind of goes off looking around the trees and things. It's something that an acquaintance will have taught you how to find, let's say. I won't say who because it's your backstory and we'll go into it, but someone that you knew will have taught you how to find this, and it grows in specific wooded areas.
It'd be a sweet treat for the kids.
It's what, sorry?
It'd have been a sweet treat for the kids to treat the kids on our journey.
Absolutely. Yes, and you do eventually find some. A good tuft of it, actually.
Okay, so I'm going to take two of the rods, and I'm going to store the rest in my pocket, and I'm going to be using a knife to kind of cut slices off an apple and eat it that way, never biting into the apple itself. I had a bad experience. I bit into it once, and there was a worm.
Okay.
So Brinks doesn't ever bite into them. He always carves and eats slices.
There weren't grenades inside the apples then. No. But yes, yeah, that's what Grinks does. So you've now got some licorice root. Anything else anyone else wants to do?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be maintaining the bow, want to look after it, want to do what Master Coda said and make sure it's okay. And I'm also going to be from time to time reading up on my book on Melora and uttering a few sort of prayers to Melora quietly, discreetly to myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to time to time I'm going to remind Valjean that he must wax his bow.
Well, I'm currently driving, so.
Oh, you're
Okay.
driving. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you travel for a few more hours and you do leave the boundary of the Whitewood, and one thing you will notice is there is a distinct boundary between the Whitewood and the the natural forest that grows. You find a few you find a few sort of like wild trees growing within the Whitewood forest, sort of like crossing the boundary, but you don't see any of the Whitewood trees growing beyond that. So one thing that's a big thing about the Whitewood forest it is a completely cultivated land. Whitewood trees are self-sustaining and do not spread the way other trees grow. They have to be manually cultivated, which is one thing that makes the Whitewood forest so unique. Is that the Whitewood family, Raljan's great grandfather, just great grandfather had figured out how to do, which is what makes the Whitewood forest so unique. So it's almost like a wall. The Whitewood trees just stop, and you are suddenly walking through kind of like a dense green-leafed brown tree woodland, dull, boring, not nearly as vibrant as the Whitewoods. However, there are a lot more leaves. You will find that the disease, the curse that had fallen upon the Faya de Santra, only affected the Whitewood trees. Everything else, once you get past that boundary, it's a flourishing, green-leaved, vibrant forest that you are in. You are travelling further on. It's getting later on in the day now. You're looking at around about 3-4 o'clock after leaving Ashinoke at around about 11, 12ish. And I'd like everybody on the cart to please actually tell me your passive perception first.
Oh, can you remind me what that is again?
Passive perception is 10 plus your wisdom modifier plus your perception. If you have it.
Oh, okay, 16.
16.
Sorry, is that,
11.
is that proficiency? Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have if you are proficient in perception, then you add that to it.
So 10 plus wisdom plus proficiency. So that is 16.
16. So, and everyone else, what was Grinks?
A big 11. These apples are fucking delicious.
So this is passive perception, and I know that ALR's isn't very big. Neither is his perception. So
Mine is 9, Phil. 9, and I'm very proud of it.
So as you're going along, Raljin and Sal, you two hear a sound that kind of fits the sound of buzzing almost like beehives are close by. You can kind of hear it to your left and to your right, almost like a kind of noise, and it sounds quite close. Now, normally this wouldn't concern you because beehives be beehives; they do what they want to do. However, it's the fact that they are. It sounds like it's kind of all around you. So it sounds like the sound is coming from to your left, to your right, and as you move, the sound doesn't get quieter. It just continues this buzzing sound. It's not enough. It's not like a really obvious buzzing sound that it makes everyone else aware of it. But Sal, I think just because you're paranoid, and Raljin because nature man, you know that this seems a little off.
Oh, I hide.
Where do you hide?
Oh, there's no more trees, are there?
No, there's trees. There's definitely trees.
Oh, there's trees.
Yes.
Well, I just kind of crouch down and try and blend in with the trees. They're all grey, right? Like, yeah, I can just huddle.
Okay, so
I
give
don't
me
want to
a
huddle
hide
anywhere
check.
closer to the sound, and I want to say something before I hide so that at least someone else
Okay.
starts listening for it.
Okay. So
it's not good.
So give me what was your stealth check?
11.
11. Okay. All right. I will bear that in mind. Raljin, what are you
Not
doing?
good.
Okay, I'm going to try and pinpoint the source of the buzzing
Okay.
just by listening and then looking in the direction where I feel like the sound is coming from.
Okay. Give me a perception check then, please.
Ah, dang it! Well, I've lost that dice forever.
Oh no.
Perception. That is not super for me. That is 13.
13. It's hard to pinpoint. The buzzing sound is kind of all around you, but as you look around in the trees to try and get a bead on where it might be coming from, you can't see anything amiss.
Okay. I tap on the edge of the caravan, just sort of like knock on, so those inside can hear. You said there was like a slit as well, didn't you?
Yes, there's a small round window just about head height of where you would be, and then underneath, down at your feet, there's like a round, almost like curved, like almost window with no glass, that you can that your feet kind of dangle in, but there's blinds down there so they can shut that off. But yeah, you can call into the carriage.
Okay, I'll just say there's something weird out here. You may need to be ready to jump out, but I'm going to keep going for now.
Okay, you carry on going.
I'll have been on the outside walking next to the cat.
Okay.
So
you don't actually
probably
notice this though, because of
No,
your
I mean,
perception. It's not.
That's why I made a sound, because I wanted to make
Well, with
anyone
my
who was
passive
walking.
perception, that was about the same as Sal's roll, so I'd probably be distracted at why Sal had just dived into a bush.
Yeah, you're a little bit confused as to why Sal looks a bit scared.
Who's driving the cart?
Raljin is best animal handling, I think, of the team. So, is there anything you're doing, Jan? I mean, I know that you're after Raljin told you that something seems amiss.
Can sort of just stay with and Sal was disappeared. So can I just stay with the sort of majority of the group?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sal's disappeared. Grinks is walking beside. Ayla, I'm guessing you are inside the cart along with Jan.
Yeah.
As you're walking a little bit further. 1 second. That would happen. Right. It's my second natural 20 of the night.
Oh,
Yes, I
no.
have been rolling. So, as you are moving along, the buzzing becomes a little monotonous, and it just seems to almost fade out within the distance, and it kind of almost as if it moves away. The Doppler effect kind of calls in, and it kind of gets quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter as it sort of disappears.
By the way, how long have we been travelling through the forest?
You've been travelling for about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Just to let natural explorer, favoured terrain essentially.
Yes.
Let's see, where was it? Where did it say? Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group cannot become lost except with magical means. Even when you are engaged in another activity while travelling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger.
That's fine. Okay. You notice that the danger appears gone.
Okay.
The buzzing is gone. However, that was a roll of a natural 20 on my part.
Is it a little bit too quiet?
Yeah. In fact,
I wouldn't notice.
you will have noticed that, and Raljin will have noticed this as well. It goes quiet, but quiet is also in the absence of wildlife, the absence of a breeze. The trees, even the trees themselves, seem a little too still. Then suddenly, vines begin to burst out of the ground and entangle around the horses. They grip on and begin to wrap around and pulling them down towards the ground. They need to make strength saving throws.
I activate the Iron Stone.
White Mane rolled a 3, so White Mane goes down and kind of the knees buckle under and gets pulled down. And Black Mane rolled on the dice is an 8, even with their +4 strength. That's only a 12. It almost kind of pushes up. You can almost see like the vein in its neck trying to get out from under the entangling vines, but it eventually succumbs and goes down. At this point, obviously, the cart has come to a jolting stop. Raljin, just give me a quick dexterity save.
That is dexterity saving throw is 19.
19. You're fine. You managed to hold onto the reins and kind of stop yourself from flying forwards. The horses, having come to a stop, and on the ground, these vines wrapping around them and holding them down into the ground. Everything is still quite still. Everything is still quite quiet. What would you like to do? Raljin, I'm going to come to you first.
Okay. I am going to jump off the cart, and these vines are going to be quite thick and big, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are rather thick, rather strong vines.
Okay. Going to do, I guess it'd be perception check to see if I can find out the cause of this, because this is magical.
Okay, yeah, give me a perception check whilst you're doing that. Grinks, what are you doing?
So action will be to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Bonus action would be to draw my Battered Hill, and for the first time in the campaign, because it didn't happen last time with concentration, I'm going to cast Shadowblade.
Okay. Shadowblade is cast. You will have seen all of this going on, Sal, as well, being outside.
Yes.
What do you do?
Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to use Eye for Detail and use a perception check to spot a hidden creature.
Oh.
Because I want to see if there's anything controlling these vines.
Okay, so is that a perception check you need to make?
Yes.
Okay. Do you get some sort of bonuses to that with your eye for detail?
No, but I got a 21.
Oh shit. Okay.
I got a 25.
I will come back. Yeah, I'll come back to you
Nice.
with that. So your perception on that one, you're doing that. I'll come back to you in a second because that's important. Yarn, what are you doing? You're in the cart and it's just jolted forwards and come to a stop. You look out the window and you notice there's these grasping, entangling vines that have wrapped around the horses, pulling them to the ground.
Do they look familiar, or are they something that I can identify?
Would you use your magic and your sort of like magical knowledge and give me an Arcana check? And whilst you're doing that, Ayla, what would you be doing in this situation? The cart has come to a sudden stop, and you look out the window and you notice that the horses have been pulled to the ground.
I activate the Iron Stone, and I unleash my sword and have my shield ready, and I leave the carriage.
Okay, you jump out of the carriage. Right, Jan, what was your roll on the Arcana?
27.
27. Okay, I'll go with Raljin first. Raljin, as you begin to investigate the tangling vines, you notice that they are growing out of the ground unnaturally. These vines are not indigenous to this particular area of the woodland, which means that yes, there is definitely a magical means that has caused this. And it is you can kind of assume that this is some sort of entangle spell. In fact, I'm going to give the same information to Yarn. You notice that just from the distance that you are at, that this is a magical entangle spell, and the caster can't be within any must be within 90 feet of this particular area. Sal, your perception, what is it exactly you were looking for again? You were looking for hidden enemies.
I was looking for hidden enemies.
Okay. As you're looking around, one thing you notice is the forest and everything is uncharacteristically still, except for one area, one area from the side of the caravan that you are on. As you look into the into the trees, you notice almost like wisps of wind, which are just behind a tree. It's almost like a tiny whirlwind, with some of the leaves kind of just lifting off the ground. And there is someone or something hidden behind one of the trees in the distance, probably about 50 feet from your current location.
Could I make an insight check against this figure?
You can't actually see the figure. You can only see where the figure is. So an insight check would be very difficult. So you can't see what the creature is. You can just see that there's definitely something
Could
there.
I try and stealth closer?
That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I'd want to do that.
Okay, you go stealth closer. Give me a stealth roll. And I'm just going to go around to Grinks, because something is happening to Grinks. 1 second.
What?
Yeah, but it will be in a second. So Grinks, as you're stood there, and you cast your shadow blade, suddenly some entangling vines burst out from the ground and begin to wrap themselves around you. I would like you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Would it be strength or would it be dexterity to dodge?
Nope, definitely strength.
I don't like strength. That would be 4.
4. You are entangled by these, so as soon as they burst out of the ground and begin to wrap around you, they grab around your shoulders and pull you down onto the ground. And as soon as you are down onto your knees, that some of them wrap around your wrists and pull your wrist down so your blade is held down to the ground so you can't move it. As soon as you are down to your knees, you are locked in place. Ayla, you step out of the cart. I'd like you to make a strength saving throw, please. Are you there, Ayla?
Yeah, I'm there. What am I rolling for, sorry?
Strength saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm good at that. Let's have a look. So, strength saving throw. I'll get a +6 on my strength saving throw. It's a 16 plus 6 is 22.
22. Okay, you step down as soon as you hit the ground and sort of turn around to see what's going on. these vines, these entangling vines, burst out to the ground and begin to go to wrap around you. Instinctually, as soon as they come out, your sword goes across, and you manage to break free out of them and get out of the. They do not take hold of you, and they kind of retreat back into the ground. Sal, we'll come back to you, and I'm going to come to Jan and Raljan in just a moment because you will be rolling for initiative very shortly. Sal, you begin to stealth. What was your stealth roll?
I got a 16 on the dice, so it is a 25.
Okay, this is just going to give you an advantage on the strength because they knew you were there and they saw you starting to move. But because you moved into a place where you became you became visually obscured, I'm going to let you have a success. Sorry, not success. An advantage on the saving throw. So as you begin to move, these vines burst out from the ground and go to wrap around you. Strength with advantage, please.
Oh, well, I'm going to need it because the first one wasn't good. Oh, no! The second one's even worse.
Oh, no.
Oh, strength.
Yes.
Oh, no. The 4.
Yeah, unfortunately. And this is complete guesswork by the caster because you were already sort of on the move and you'd kind of obscured the vision with your fantastic strength stealth roll, so I really apologise for that. But as soon as you start to move, the vines go to wrap from where you were, miss where you were, but as you think you're in the clear, you kind of step back, give a ha, and then you get caught in the vines that are wrapping up behind you. And you are now classed as restrained. So Grinks is restrained, and Sal, you are restrained. And I'm going to say everyone else, please roll for initiative, and obviously you guys roll for initiative as well. But people that are restrained, can you please roll with disadvantage on your initiative? So I'll give you a second to roll.
Well.
Right, Ayla, what did you get? Oh, sir, yes.
I roll with advantage, don't I? Because I've got the sword.
Yes, you do.
So one roll was a 3, the other roll was a natural 20.
Oh, natural 20. Nice. So what is that in total? What's your dexterity? Plus 2?
Yeah. No. Not better than that. My initiative is plus 4, so 24.
24, nice. Grinks.
14.
14. Jan.
12.
12. Because you're still in the cart. You've not been affected. Ooh. Raljan, what's your initiative?
18 for me and 14 for Lynx.
Lynx is still on the cart, so she's not going to be affected. The reason you've not been affected is because, well, you were too close to the other ones. Sal?
9.
9. And Lynx was what, sorry?
14.
14. Okay. And let me just sort out... first of all, my music. Oh, there we go. Let me just sort out the map. I need to put everyone in the right place. So Grinks was over here and restrained. Sal was over here. And, hang on, about there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. About there. Restrained. Raljan was down on the ground next to the horses, who are restrained. Ayla is out the back. And Jan is... Oh, hang on. 1 second. Lynx is tiny. We'll come to that in a moment. Jan is still inside the cart. And I'll turn Jan around. Okay. So... No, we don't want more yarns. No, we don't need more yarns. Stop. There we go.
You need more yarns.
we need more yarns. And I will just share with you guys the screen, tabletop simulator of what we've got. And I will also share on the stream because I believe people deserve.
No, because you disconnected. No.
No.
Because because you're disconnected.
It's on the stream. It's on the.
Yeah.
Why is the Twitch video in a cathedral?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Call It Crits, where we had a little bit of a technical malfunction, and I do apologise for that. You will notice, actually, that the title of the episode has now changed, not from episode 59, which was 2 episodes ago, but to episode 61, Something About Something, which is the new title. So I thought that'd be a crowd pleaser. I'm very sorry about the technical malfunction. I really hope it doesn't do it again. I hate it when it does that in the middle of battle as well, because it ruins the flow and the epicness. Especially when I can hear the music and it sounds all epic, and then sit I'm like, hello? Is anyone there?
Ooh. Uh-oh.
I remember. Nothing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go, Battle Cat.
Mm.
Am I aware that part of my team are restrained? I'm gonna release her from a constraint with my sword. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna release
Thank
them
you.
from their constraint with the sword. I'm gonna cleave through the what's it, Majigger? The vines. Oh, well, that's all right because it's a +3. Is it? It's not a saving throw though, because that would be a 5. It's just a regular. But okay. I rolled a 5 plus a 3. That's an 8.
Awesome.
As I have 2 attacks, can I have another go at it? Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. 19 plus whatever it is, plus 3. 22.
Ah. Thank you.
Okay. No, I didn't. No. Not good enough. Okay. So before, when I did my thingy check to see what I could see, I did specify if I was looking for the cause of the vines. So did I see the same thing Sal did? No. Okay, well, I want to move a space to my left to the other seat. I'm guessing they're still at like half cover or something. Oh no, I should be able to see them from there. Oh, see roughly where they are. Okay, does that mean I wouldn't be able to Hunter's Mark it? Okay, I will Hunter's Mark the blurry thing, and then I will use I will use an ice arrow from my dragon bow. Okay. I mean, that would be really bad if I didn't have stupidly high to hit with a bow. So that's 16. All right. And it's. Hang on. I did write it down, but I can never find it. Ice bow. It's a. Is it a? I can't remember, and I don't know where it is. What's the ice damage again?
1d6. Is it 1d6?
I'll go with the majority because I thought it was 1d8, but I'll go with the majority on that. So that's fine. So we have arrow damage plus ice damage plus hunter's mark damage. So that's pretty good. Is 11, 14, 17 points of damage. Yep. And then second attack on the same one, and now this time I'm not going to use ice. I'm going to use a charge from my blazing bowstring, which is a D10. But if I hit, it's a D10. Okay, 16 again. That is. That's not bad. So that is plus 12. 17 again.
Oh.
Sorry, I was just going to say, probably the one that Ayla freed Sal from, but they have to make any kind of concentration check. But I'm assuming they're dead. Yeah. Okay.
Which one is we talking here, Phil? Sorry, just so I can see. So is that the one that Raljin shot?
On who? That's correct. Okay. Well, I'm glad for advantage. Wisdom. 15. Yeah.
Oh no.
Damn it, Raljin, stop thinking with your trousers. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Fantastic.
Three.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. Bonus action: Misty Step on top of the caravan.
Ah.
Yeah, Misty Step. Why it's like that?
Misty Steps in my Discord channel.
Mm.
For a flavour with Grinks, it's not Silvery Misty. He steps into the shadows. Yeah, yeah. And because, well, that actually works out quite well, because I would have been at the top near Raljin. Would I have heard or seen any verbal or semantic castings from that dryad? Would I? Okay, in that case, then the one that's next to me, then would I have seen them? In that case, then, did the one that was killed? Is it obvious that they're down? Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. I am going to hold my action for a chromatic orb, and if I feel any spell being cast towards me or any harm directed at me, I'm going to send the chromatic orb in that direction. All right. 16 on dice. I've got double proficiency in Accalia, so and then plus intellect plus 3. So 93. Yep, and it's going to be fire. Just that'll just be the flip. Yeah.
Lynx is going to see if she can sniff out one of the other dryads. So she'll have to do a perception. Probably not. That is 13. Okay. She's going to hold her action, and if anything gets near Ralgin or Grinks, she's going to, or herself, she's going to swipe attack.
Uh-oh. Yes. Oh no. No, no, no. Oh, that's cocked. Oh god. No. Oh, that's what. Wisdom. Oh, 17? Oh, thank goodness.
15 on dice. Okay. So this one is a spell attack. So that would be 14 plus 6, so dirty 20 to hit. And chromatic orb is. Why is it when you want a spell you can never bloody find it? Let's find it. Apologies for this, guys. Really, really sorry. I'm
Nice.
going to speak as I can. There we go. Chromatic orb. It is 3d8. That is 15 points of fire damage. Okay. I'm a wizard. I have advantage, so 17.
Oh my god. It's just a dramatic zoom out to like an army of dragons. God. Oh.
Hello? Hello? Yes, no problem. I'm very good at these. It's just the single throw, yeah? Don't get any. The sword doesn't help me on that, does it? I think it's to do with perception. It was to do with initiative and perception, I think. Right. It's a 4!
Oh no!
Hang on.
Oh.
Sorry, for just a second. Sorry. You are of Fey ancestry. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was. It's a natural 20!
Oh.
Yes!
Second of the night. Second of the
Oh.
night.
So, no problem. Do I know what's going on? Okay, can I step outside the wagon? So going right as I go away. That's that way. Yeah. Stage left, and then yeah. So what do I see? Okay, I'd like to back that up by casting a normal fireball. Yeah. Spell saves 16. Yeah. Not bad, 21. No. There's probably something I could do with there's a spider on my desk and I need to deal with that in real life immediately, so I'll forfeit the rest of this turn.
Brilliant.
It was fire.
It
Wait,
won
what?
initiative, it crept up on me. It was my arm.
Oh no, no.
Oh no. Right. Okay. Insightful fighting against the one that tried to cast suggestion on me. I'm assuming suggestion. Did suggestion stop it from being invisible? Alrighty. So, I'd make a wisdom insight against their deception. Oh, I got a natural 20. Well, I kind of wish I'd rolled that on the actual attack, because I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow. But I have the feat sharpshooter, so I ignore cover. Thank you. I mean, it would help if I could actually. Oh my god! I just rolled another natural 20.
Hey!
With the same that's all of them out of the way straight away. Yeah. So, and also I got sneak attack. So do I double the sneak attack damage? Oh my goodness! No. Do I just roll them twice, or do I just double the final number? Those. Oh. Oh. Right, that's a 6. An 8. So 14, 17,
Dead.
19, 22. So that's 44 plus. So that is 47 points of damage. Maybe. And I'm going to use my movement to sort of run sideways a bit and go behind that rock. Not on the rock, no, behind the rock. Yes.
Why is he
Thank you.
here? Yeah.
I just love him. I'm not gonna say. He makes me feel safe. He has nice hugs. Woo.
Right. Who is restrained?
The horses.
Oh, that's not that. They don't attack things though.
But they pull
You
the
attack
cart.
things?
Right. If nobody's restrained who needs freeing to fight. Right. What? How close to me am I to the thing that tried to? So that's my movement maxed, innit? I can't get to it. Well, I was just about to say, plan B is to pull out the old whitewood bow
Ooh.
and to use a +1 arrow and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I'm going to ping it right in the eyeball. Oh, it's a 19. With my pluses, that said 29. Yeah, so I'll roll a d8. And I'm going to use one of my superiority dice to add to the damage. So I'll roll a d8, a +5, and then a plus the superiority dice. I nearly rolled. I'm sorry, I'm holding you up. I nearly keep finding. I keep finding blooming D10s, and I'm about to roll, and I realise it's a D10. Right, I found a D8. Right, here we go. D8 +5 plus the D6. So it's a 6, a 5, and a 5. So 16 points of damage. And it's a +1, so it's 17 points of damage. Yeah, that's part of the +5. I've updated my character sheet, yeah. Second attack. So second attack, same thing again. I'm going to use thingy. It's exact same as last time. Oh, it's a 16. Bloody heck, I'm running well tonight. 16 is a 26. D8. Oh, a 4 plus a 2 plus a 5. So that's 11. With a +1, that's 12. Can I use my second win? That's to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 19.
Yes.
That's a 29. This is I'm on fire tonight. This dice I'm keeping. So, I'm not going to use a superiority dice this time. It's a 5 plus a 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Right, last go. It's another 19. Just call me the 19. Right, so 29. That's right. 29. So I'm not rolling superiority. It's a 2 plus a 5 is 7 plus a 1 is 8. Hang on a minute.
Hang on, no, I'm sorry. I thought it was the one on the top left. Oh,
Right,
Oh, right.
Phil, have I had my final attack? Phil, I get 4 attacks, don't I? I get a 4th attack, don't I? I've done 3, haven't I? Okay. I can't remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be carried away with the excitement. It's called
two
Pincushion.
of his allies been attacked because I'm on the roof and I slung a chromatic orb down at that one to his left.
And I have literally murdered one of them.
Yeah. Well, 3 because one's died. Sal.
Yeah, one of them just went flying with a crossbow bolt through its neck.
Okay, I draw my bow, and I turn and point it at Grinks because he's the closest target, and I tell him to stand down, and I hold my action for if he attacks again.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Defending you, you bloody moron. Is it my turn next? I'm literally gonna stare at him. My eyes are gonna flash red. I'm casting command. Drop it. DC 15 save. That is a command.
Save.
1 second. I think it's a save. 1 second. I'll just double check.
Probably with
command is a speak a one-word command that you can to a target. A wisdom saving throw.
Oh, well, that's a nat one.
Oh.
So, let's have a look. Is there anything I can do as a bonus action? What about my Shadow Blade? It really scuffed what I was going to do there.
Sorry.
He is playing in character, though. That's what he would do.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference is this time I just kick him in the cock.
Last time I was morally right.
Seeing as though there's not a lot I can do, I'm going to take 2 paces back from the edge so that Raljin doesn't have a clear line of sight on me. And I am... So, yeah, if I'm on the lip at the top of the roof... Yeah. So I'll do that, and I'm going to crouch down so that I'm going to be having half cover if anyone's going to try and throw a spell at me.
Okay, Lynx. Lynx is probably. Oh, I hate this because I don't want to attack my cat. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think. That's not enough. Alright, so she's going to hop down off the cart to the right, just 1 space to the right. No, it was better the other way. It was better the other way. Yeah. 10, 15. That's 20 feet? Yeah, that's about 20 feet. Yeah. About 5. No, so if she goes up, that's 5, then 10 is, then 15, then 20. Just 20 feet. That's, yeah, okay. I've seen my cat maul this thing, because that's 19 on dice. On the pitch. Okay. It also has to make a thingy check to make sure it doesn't get knocked on. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Strength, yeah. Okay. So, where's my D8 gone? There we go. Ooh. Okay, so that is 8 plus 2 plus my PP, so that is 14 points of damage. It's okay. Oh my god. And then Lynx tends to Ralston and goes, "They're attacking us! Fight back!" And Ralston's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Steve. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm, 12.
What condition does it look in? That one, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to use my wand and cast another fireball.
Out of interest, where's the fireball being cast, and is it within 20 feet of the other one?
So it'll be.
See, the wording of fireball says at a point you choose within range.
Yeah, go on then. Put it in between them. Yeah.
Do not hit the horse. Do not hit the horse.
It's 150 feet.
100.
That's 21. 21 at full.
They are slightly sick.
No, that's me. Actually, can I retreat her on the back of the caravan? Yeah.
Okay. Um, is um, is Lynx able to give me sneak attack if she is tangled?
Oh, not within 5 feet. That the wording is sneak attacks within 5 feet.
Sweet. Well then, yes. I will just attack the Is yeah. It's not that I get advantage, is it? It's just that I get the extra damage, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Oh, this one's good. That is a 16. Ooh. Okay, 1d8 and 4d6. Oh, 6, 11. Oh my god. I've once again rolled some really good damage. 12, 18, 23, 26. 26 points of damage. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, so I was going to dash over to help Lynx, but if I don't need to do that, then I instead, I guess I will run towards the cart and maybe towards the horses, because from where I am, I don't have a clear shot of the others. So from where I am, can I now see one of... Okay. Well, that's fine. But so for my bonus action, I would like to hide behind the horses. Yeah. Yeah. And I will just... Okay. No. I'm rolling really bad stealth this time. That is a 13, so I don't think that... Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? That's me.
Righty tighty! I'm going to kill something. Going to move towards the left-hand side of the caravan. I'm going to do it gingerly. Right, I'm good. Which one's looking like it's on its last legs? I'll go for the weakest looking with my bow and arrow. Oh, I can't believe it! It's a natural 20. It's
Wow.
just amazing. It's that's the third one tonight. I've had 3 19s and 3 20s.
MVP.
Absolutely on fire. Purple dice is staying. Right, so. It's a 1. It's a 1.
Wow.
But I get,
Give us and take away.
I get to add 5 to the damage to the dice, so that's 6. Do you not? Is there any bonuses because it's a natural 20 or? All right, so that's now a 2, and then add a 5 is a 7. Can't believe I blew a natural 20 and I've rolled a... I've got another roll on my die, another attack yet. It's a 12, but I had 10, it's a 22. It's an 8, and I had 5. And I had 1 for... Yeah, I had 5, so that's 13.
Okay, I would like to pick up my bow. Yeah, fine.
Whoa.
Okay. Hunter's Mark. Fire arrow. Yeah, blazing bow thing.
Mhm.
Okay, that is 19. Is that yarn gone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Crikey, that's gone quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, so that is. Geez, that's good. So that is 13, 16. 20 points of damage.
Yes.
Yeah. I draw my bow back, and Rajan pauses, trying to think of something clever to say, and then he just goes, "Fuck it, burn."
Mm.
Not just yet. It's my turn next.
Oh,
Raljin, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please? DC 15.
God damn it! Hang on.
Guys, what are we doing? We've won.
I don't know. That DC 15.
Mm-hmm.
16.
You feel a slight tug on your weight, and it doesn't do anything. I was casting levitate. I was going to put you in time out and give you a chance to think about what you did.
Oh my god.
Love
Sorry
it.
about that. Forest magic.
The
I'm going to go loot the corpses because they're fey. They may have some booze on them.
Oh god.
the
Have you already drunk all of the milk?
Oh, you know, this could be a long trip.
The area
Oh.
begins. The area kind of grows calm and still once more, and the sort of like the natural noise of the wildlife sort of regains in the area. You head on over to one of the corpses and go to sort of like loot it, and it's kind of like they're kind of like withered husks now. So it's almost like almost like a pile of dead sticks and leaves on the ground. Not much to loot, unfortunately. These drives don't carry anything on them. But as you're looking them over, give me an investigation check, please.
Can more than one person do investigation?
If is more than one person looting or attempting?
I
to
would
loot?
like to have a look at the one
Yeah,
that tried to suggest me.
Okay,
I'd
so
like to have a look.
18.
Okay. 18 for you. Sal, if you want to do it, if you want to look at another one, then you can do a separate investigation check.
I got a natural 20 again.
Okay. Ayla, were you investigating one as well?
Yeah, and guess what I rolled?
A natural 20?
No.
A 19?
19.
Yes.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
high
It's
five, Ayla.
unbelievable.
We are rolling all our good rolls for the next month.
It's
Yes.
unbelievable. I can't get over it. It's just mad.
Oh dear. Okay.
High dice roll, buddy.
So I get a dirty 20 with my +1.
Okay. So all of you actually, as you go to investigate, or with the intention to loot your respective bodies, but you don't find anything on them. You do find something that looks suspicious. On each of the bodies, right where the sort of like the chest area is, around sort of like where the just sort of in between the chest, there is a patch of green skin that hasn't withered with the rest of the body or burnt away to the ones that were on fire. And it's almost like a brand or a tattoo that's there. You just find it looks weird, Sal. It's the rest of this creature is sort of like burnt away or withered away, but this tattoo sort of remains. Same for you, Grinks. It just looks bizarre. To you, Aylar, it's a little bit of an awakening. You see this and you recognise it. You recognise this tattoo. It's almost like a wreath, sort of like leaves that kind of come up in almost like almost an incomplete circle, with like a hoe or a scythe sort of shape in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
And you've seen this before.
Yeah.
You have to cast your mind back. In fact, give me a history check.
Okay.
Just
Honestly, I rolled an 18.
19.
I mean, it's getting worse. Well, that's bloody brilliant.
excellent.
18, right? Hang on a minute. Let's see what my history's like. History, H for history is a +1, so that's a 19.
19. The last time you saw this particular symbol was when you went to rescue your father from
Oh yeah.
Verto. It was hanging in the hallway when you were taken into the build, taken in to talk to Yul, the dwarf druid who basically told you not to meet with Herion. And you saw this particular banner hanging within the buildings and around the city of Verto, which is basically the call sign of Herion and the Vicious Whisper and the Gaia Moran that he currently controls, whether they want to be under his control or not. So you can kind of gather with that information that these particular dryads were acting under the will of the Vicious Whisper within the
I
kingdom.
want to share this information with the group.
And as you do that, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh.
So, as
Oh, my
war
goodness.
comes to the kingdom of Anira, as you re-enter the borders, you can already see the grip that Herion, the Vicious Whisper, has begun to sort of like wrap around the borders of the kingdom. And yeah, that's it's going to be something fun to investigate as we get back into the kingdom of Anira, and we will investigate that a little bit more when we return next week, hopefully with less technical problems and disconnections. I will have to do some snipping when I upload this to YouTube to put it all together as one episode, but it should be fun. So thank you to anyone that's been watching tonight, and thank you to anyone that has watched after the fact. But it's time for us to call it crits. And we will be back next week with more fun stuff, because we like fun. Okay, goodbye everybody watching. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.